And welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swatt with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about whether California students are getting sufficient education in computer science. My guest this segment is Curt Hagman, who's a member of the State Assembly from Chino Hills. Thank you very much for being with us. And I know you're here to talk about this issue because you've authored some pieces of legislation dealing with computer science.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Steve. What I was surprised to find out is, my son's a senior in high school right now. He took some Microsoft Word classes, but they're all elective classes. And with the computer science industry, having the IT capital of the world here in California, we wanted to make sure that computer science programming was a viable path for high school students to go up. There's a great need for those type of professions that we hear from our IT partners up here, and it's not offered.
So you're not talking about necessarily using computers to help you with math or other disciplines, but you're talking about computer science to learn how to, in other words, how computers work, how technology works.
Just all those fields. You talk to some of the bigger leaders here at Microsoft and all the different IT giants here in California, and they don't have enough workers to come, programmers, other scientists to work on their software, so they have to hire outside the country even.
There's been a huge push lately about teaching STEM subjects, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, but you think it's the engineering part has sort of been forgotten?
Well,
or the technology part.
Yeah, it's kind of upside down. What high schools will teach is basically what the UC system will accept as core classes. So be physics, biology, whatever the case may be. Computer science is not one of those legs. And that's what we're trying to push, to have that one of the legs. But we have to start from the UC system on down to get to the high schools.
Okay, so do you have legislation in this regard?
Correct.
Which says what now?
That says we're going to start build up a class. What is a computer science class and the programming or that type of world going to look like? Have the UC adopt that, and then the schools can offer that as a replacement or in addition to physics, biology, chemistry, those type of fields.
So you're attacking this issue from the UC side of it, but also from
Correct.
the State Board of Education side.
Yes, no one will if you don't accept the class, who's going to want to take it if it's elective? So to make it one of the optional core classes, that way, they will want to take that if those people are interested in that kind of field.
Let me ask you about the potential expense issue, because I would assume that if everything happens, the schools and the school districts are going to have to find some money somewhere to equip the classes for this, right?
Absolutely, and I've authored and got signed a couple other bills last year that will make digital text and those type of things happen. But there's two different funding sources. One is capital improvements, that's when you build a school or refurbish it, and the other one is education materials. The state gives each student so much money each year to buy textbooks, basically, and other materials like that. I would like to see that technology come from the textbooks, because it's a lot cheaper to print up something on your iPad than it is to print out a book, and that money should be coming from that, unlike what LA Unified did, which is spent their money on construction bond money.
Well, LA did spend it on construction bond money for computers, for iPads.
Correct.
And so the feeling is that we didn't have enough funds to go into the technology. So that's a potential problem.
Well, that's going to be something that we have to face for all 1,400 school districts throughout the state, is where do you get the money to do initial deployment of computers, which I'm totally supportive of. But it shouldn't be 30-year bond money to be spent on something that's going to last 2 to 4 years. A piece of computer equipment is no longer valid, probably students use even less than that, but on the average, 3 to 4 years. So you don't want to keep paying that credit card. You want to take out money on your house to buy a computer for your home. You figure out other ways to do it. And there is money for education materials. Now, if there's the debate that we need more, then we should look at that.
All right. Well, we're out of time for this segment, but Curt Hagman, thank you very much coming by and talking about this important issue. We appreciate it, and we'll certainly watch its progress.
Thank you very much for having me.
And thanks to our viewers for watching Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can see this and other interviews on YouTube, also on My Government on Demand. I'm Steve Swatt. Have a great day.